you're watching B Strength TV show. I'm Enyonam, and like I indicated last week, we're going to continue with the conversation, focusing, highlighting on the strength of every industry here in Ghana. And we are starting off with the freight forwarders industry or sector here in Ghana. And I engaged the president, Mr. Kwabena Ofosu, here in a conversation to tell us more, to give us details about the industry, whether an entrepreneur based here in Ghana or somebody coming from abroad, coming to invest or work in this sector. How is it like? What am I supposed to know? What am I expecting to be confronted with in the industry? Is it worth investing my money? That is what we are here to enlighten you about. And the show is proudly brought to you by Vanguard Assurance. We always stand by you. Remember, they have tailor-made insurance product waiting for you. You can call their hotline 0244334407 and leave tomato paste. They are always here for you to make your gravy, your light soup, your jollof rice taste better, taste delicious. So remember to call them on 0240949091. NEIP, National Entrepreneurship Innovations Plan, headed by lawyer John Kuma, is calling on all startups who are looking for funds to expand their business. Yes. So for more information on how to apply, visit their website www.neip.gov.gh, and all the information you need to know is also there. Ghana Trade Fair Company Limited is calling on all startups, all investors, all entrepreneurs looking for a big event to exhibit products, talk about their services, meet new business partners to do business with. Remember to register and attend the 23rd International Trade Fair happening on the 28th February all the way to 11th March 2019. And the team is Made in Ghana, globally accepted. Register for an affordable fee and come meet your business partners. J&G Insurance Brokers is saying that, look, I'm here to take off all the burdens and all the mistakes you make when you're going to take insurance policy. Don't know who to advise you, how to go about it. Just go to J&G Insurance Brokers, headed by Dr. Gideon Amenyedo. Call him on 0244333335. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as B Strength TV Show. Now, last week we ended our conversation where we went to interview, speak to a few industry players who have concerns, who have a few challenges that they are looking forward to address so that the industry or working in the space or that sector will be so much comfortable for them. And then the first person we heard from was Mr. Boache. So the second person is Kofi. He's also a garage owner and a car dealer. And his question, let me help you. He was talking about luxury cars. There are some charges that have been put on luxury cars, as well as there is this ban on cars that are imported from abroad. They said it's too old, hence you have to pay some huge form of tax. But he thinks that, look, a car has become a necessity for everybody to use now. So why don't you take off this? Okay, there should be a charge or there should be a tax we paid or a duty, but can you reduce the cost? And also these luxury cars, how many people, especially the politicians, his concern was about the politicians or the MPs who are using the V8 all over, are they paying? Are you aware of these concerns? And what's your suggestion? What way do you think we can go about it to handle or tackle this concern?
In fact, I was in the studio when the media budget was being reviewed. I mean, the review was being presented, and immediately the nomenclature, luxury tax, came up. I thought it was not appropriate. Right. But, you know, politicians have a way of presenting facts. Yes. So it happened. Because if you call any vehicle by that cubic capacity threshold, if you call any vehicle that falls within that capacity a luxury car, you might end up calling, I mean, because we have certain luxury car, the luxury car is defined by the specification. Okay, you might have a car that has been padded, they call it fully loaded. That comes with so many features. That is what defines a luxury car. You see, what happens with the cubic capacity of vehicles is been taken care of already by the duties that they pay in the port. It is almost like a sin tax. So if you bring a vehicle into this country with a higher CC, that is the cubic capacity for consumption, it is deemed as though, you know, and these things have a history. Back in the days when our fuel was subsidized, then it made sense to allow government to tax the few folks who are bringing in these fuel guzzling vehicles. But now that we are paying for the fuel that we are consuming, you want to ask yourself whether this history or this background still holds for today's situation. But of course, the economy, we were told, was challenged then. So this luxury tax was introduced. And like I'm saying, probably the luxury, the coinage of the term luxury was supposed to have a certain effect. Because if the poor man hears that, oh, Isikafor, they are the ones whose cars are being taxed, probably it will resonate with the poor man.
So what do you suggest we should do about it?
I seriously think that it has to be looked at again, particularly when the incident of tax on those types of vehicles has been applied already within the port. You see, because then you're going to have a situation. I have changed my engine a few times. I drive a rickety old Mercedes.
Are you sure?
I have changed my engine a few times. What happens if I have a 1.8 engine and I decide to upgrade it to the capacity range now that makes me pay the luxury tax? How are you going to realize that? You know, so some of these introduction or interventions, I'm sure if they had gone down to these garage owners, they would have come, and I've had interactions with a few of them, and they can give you see, sometimes the danger we get ourselves into is when we think that certain people cannot match up with the level of our intelligence, so we don't have to go down there and deal with them. That is the error we keep making, and it shows in most of the interventions that we end up churning out. Then you begin to face resistance, and then you now want to set the table to want to call people to come sit down and talk. So I think for whatever it's worth, these folks will have to be sat with. We should listen to them. Let's look at
know how best to address this challenge.
I'm Collins Andifreko, a car dealer at Alas Gracia Motors. I have a little challenges concerning our business. It takes a lot of money to clear the cars and other things. It gives us a lot of problem because the duties are so expensive. We heard the government had introduced some paperless and other things, which we think it can reduce the taxes a little for us. But as time goes on, we continue to see that the duties are rather increasing. So if the government can do something about the duties, if the duties can be reduced a little for us, we think the Car Dealers Association will be very, very, very happy.
The last person is Collins, Atlas Garage, and Collins is saying he has to do with duty paid on clearing of cars and all that. Can anything at all be done about this duty issue?
You see, duty, I don't think the duty rates have changed. But what, you know, and Ghana, if you come to Ghana, we have one of the best ways of valuing used vehicle. We use a home delivery value. And a lot of other countries even want to come and learn from us. But the question we want to ask ourselves is, if we are in a common market, the West African common market, you know, we have the common external tariff in place. If you have a common market, and the way Nigeria values a Corolla is less than the way we value a Corolla here in Ghana. Corolla of the same spec, the same,
made by the same person.
Made by the same person. If you have it being valued less in Nigeria, and the duty rates are even the same, you will realize that you would have shortchanged the Ghanaian businessman who is importing. You see, so once we have set our minds to do things in common, these are the signals that we must pick. Okay, otherwise we'll have a situation where our Ghanaian traders will look at the Nigerian trader and have a certain level of animosity against them, because we begin to look at them as having different strokes applying to them, but they can bring their wares into our market and then take us out of business. These are the things that, I mean, the impact assessment will have to be done and done very soon.
Very well.
Yeah.
I see. Right. I want to also ask questions on risk that are based in this sector, because every industry has its own risk that players of the industry are facing and are finding ways and means to address it. What are some of the risks associated? Because if my brother, after watching this episode, wants to become a freight forwarder, what should his mind be prepared, tuned to, that these are the ABC risks that are in this industry? It will hit you in the face when you venture or when you start to become that person or that freight forwarder.
You see, we are agents of our clients.
Right.
So the scene of the client is visited on his agent.
Right.
And that is in the law.
Okay.
It is common law. And unfortunately, that is what we are faced with. So your client comes with sets of documentation. You take the documentation, you run with it. If down the line it is realized that there has been something untoward on the sets of documentation with which you have declared for customs duty, you are the first person who customs is going to come to. If your client is a one-off trader, that's it. You are held jointly and severally for the scene of your client. That is one major risk. That is one. Two, I don't know if I should call it risk, but we always face this situation of not having a proper regulatory framework within which we work. So you have an errand member in your association, you want to discipline that errand member, he jumps to the other association. And at this point, within the... it's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. At this point, we have had these conversations with customs and thinking that, look, because we have a guarantee with customs through the state insurer. And at this point, we were thinking that, in fact, we've gone past thinking, because we've had this conversation with GRA over and over, that when a member migrates from an association to the other, require of a clean bill of health certificate from where he's migrating from. But it looks like they don't care two hoots. And then they keep asking us, how do we discipline our people? How do we discipline our people when you do not ensure that he migrates with a clean bill of health? So that's where the problems are, and we think that if this thing will have to roll and roll well, every stakeholder, we must see ourselves as partners in development, so that this hand washes this one, the other washes the other.
Waitress! Tomato paste better with the area, no. I don't want to leave tomato paste in Ghana. Ah!
Aha! This is what I call Ediane.
Secret na LEAP, leap. Someone named leap tomato paste Ediane there. It was superb and palatable taste. Na esu obiaso. There were large and small sizes for chop bars, restaurants, and enfie.
For bulk purchase, contact 033-2095-314 or 050-141085.
Hello sir, this is Vanguard Assurance. We just got a notification of a fire outbreak at your premises. I want to assure you that the fire service has been notified and the Vanguard team has been dispatched and they'll be at your premises soon. Thank you sir.
With the Vanguard Digital Fire Insurance, you need not to worry about getting a fire report. Vanguard will facilitate the processing of the fire report and speed up your claim process. No need for you to chase any fire report. or fill any form to initiate your claim.
Switch to the Vanguard Digital Fire Insurance now. It's digital, it's fast, and very convenient.
Vanguard Assurance, 6th time CIMG Hall of Fame insurer.
Welcome back from that quick commercial break. It's still B Strength TV show, and in today's edition we are focusing our attention on the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. Now let's talk about the institute as a body. What kind of training do you give? Is it a certificate? Is it a diploma? What's the duration? What's credibility, or what kind of brand, or what kind of improvement does it give to me as an individual who yearn or who has the passion to become a freight forwarder?
We are affiliated to one of the huge brands when it comes to this industry, that is FIATA. That's the International Federation of Freight Forwarders Association. And they accredit our international certificates. Okay. We validate them every 2 and 3 years. Okay, so we run diploma courses, diploma in freight forwarding and higher diploma in supply chain management. Of course, we run certificate programs too, just to bring people up to the diploma level. And we run tailor-made courses for our corporate members when they ask. Right. So right. All in effort to bring up the capacity of our people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Viewers, so there you have it. If you want or aspiring to become a freight forwarder, the institute I'm recommending for you is the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. They have the school here, or you can follow Mr. Kobna Fosuapia on social media. I'm sure when you email him all the information you need about the school, you'd get it. Up next is the tips from J&G Insurance Brokers. Take a look at that tips. When we come back, we'll wrap up on the conversations taking stay.
Welcome to Startup Corner, brought to you by courtesy of J&G Insurance Brokers. Today we want to look at the last important duty of an insurance broker. Insurance, as we mentioned previously, is a promise to pay claim. So claim is the reason for insurance. And whenever there's a claim, a lot of things are needed. Supporting documents are needed for the claim to be processed. Most times, it's difficult for an insurer to put together these documents because some are technical, some are accounting documents that has to be put together, some must be in form of a report. And if these documents do not come in time to the insurer, it's very, very difficult for your claim to be processed. Most times, we mentioned previously that a broker will help you screen which insurers pay claims promptly. But there are two aspects of the game. The insurer wants to pay claims promptly, but if you don't submit the required document to support your claim, it's very, very difficult for him to move ahead. So you need to fulfill your bargain. And that's the last aspect that J&J Insurance Brokers will help you with. We will not just ask you, bring document A, B, C, but we'll facilitate. We'll help you, be around and show you the format and help you to put them together. And we'll follow it up with the insurer, and after the insurer has seen them, etc., and have assessed liability, that they are liable, will sit and negotiate the claims with you. So in this case, you will really have the benefit of the insurance that you have taken. Now, insurance for entrepreneurs on B-Trend, when businesses are big and the insurance is big, really, there's always a second aspect of the insurance, which you call reinsurer. These reinsurers are very, very rigorous. The insurance company also needs to recover from the reinsurer. So if the documentation to support the claim is not readily available, it will make their work very difficult. And at times, because the claim is big, the reinsurers must even agree they will be part of the process for the work go. So a broker will not only mediate with the insurance company, but also link with that reinsurer, making sure that things are done correctly for you. Speak to J&J Insurance Brokers, and you will see that insurance really is a backbone, is a protector of your business. And whenever there's something that goes wrong, while people are wailing and crying for government to help, you'll be smiling because you have J&J giving you expert advice. Thank you very much. Call us on 0244 33 3335.
So welcome back from taking a look at the tips from J&G Insurance Brokers. And remember to call Dr. Gideon Amenyedo on 0244333335. Let's go for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up on the conversation about the Freight Forwarders Association right here in Ghana.
Oh. And my claim is not covered by the insurance policy I arranged.
Parkwesi, I've always advised you to let J&G Insurance Brokers, the insurance professional, handle your insurance to avoid gaps. At J&G, we analyze your insurance needs, we arrange cover with the best insurer with a track record of prompt claims payment, and above all, we facilitate and negotiate your claims. Call Dr. Gideon Amenyedo, the CEO, on 0244-333335 or 0504-333335. You can also email him, Gideon, at jnginsurancebrokers.com or visit our website, jnginsurancebrokers.com.
Thank you very much, Enyonam. I'm calling doctor right away.
At J&G Insurance Brokers, negotiating a great insurance deal is our business.
Who qualifies to take part in this second window? Every Ghanaian with an innovative business idea can apply. But if you benefited from the first window and you have not fully paid for the first support you gave, you cannot apply again. If you applied but didn't get selected as you didn't receive funding, that one you can apply again. But all the 1,350 businesses that receive funding from us cannot apply for this second window without having fully settled the previous support that they received. Now, there's a caution that we want the media to help us to carry out. There are lots of fraudsters who are working very smart to do people along the NEIP program. We are cautioning the public against these fraudsters. Do not pay money to anyone. The entire application process is on our website. Don't accept any text messages or email asking you to complete your application form or fill any form. Don't accept any text messages that say they can help you draft your business plan. We have not engaged anybody to draft business plans for anybody. Any payment should be done at the NIB Bank, the one that is officially sanctioned and explained. Don't pay money to any staff of NEIP, even if the person introduces himself as a staff of NEIP or Ministry of Business Development. Please don't pay any monies to anybody. If you are in doubt of any message you received, you can call the NEIP official phone numbers on our website to seek clarification. I am sincerely appealing to everybody. And in fact, in the last application, we had about 52% of women who received funding after the training and 48% of males that received funding. In this second window, I am sincerely appealing to more women to apply for this second window because we know that if you look at the population, we have 53% women. And if you look at startups and petty trading in the country, it's our women that dominate. So we encourage more women to apply to take advantage of this Presidential Business Support Program. On behalf of the Ministry of Business Development and on behalf of the Minister, Honorable Dr. Mohammed Ibrahim Awal, and the entire NEIP team, we want to say a big thank you to you all, especially the press, men and women who were able to come here. God bless Ghana and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
And so welcome back from that commercial break. It's still B Strength TV show season 4. I'm Enyonam, the Startup Guide edition, and today our discussion was focused on the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders Association. What's their services? What is the challenges? What's the strength of the industry? Can an individual, can an investor locally, foreign, invest into it? What are the challenges you are expected to be faced with in the sector? And also, what can government do to help the sector grow and be bigger and better than we are seeing now? Before we wrap up on our conversation, Mr. Kwabena Ofosu-Appiah, how do you go about regulating the activities of your players or your association members? And also, if an individual watching or after watching is aspiring or has that love and wants to become a freight forwarder, what are the means and ways to get to you? How do I become a member? What are some of the benefits do I derive from joining your association?
I think the first night that readily comes to mind is our students. When they graduate, we take them through courses and disciplines that makes them or gets them prepared for the industry. And there are other things too that you have to go through. You know, it is a vocational thing, so you can actually learn on the job. This is an industry that you walk in today and you can begin to work. Right. But we do not want it to continue like that. Okay. That is why we have established the school. And I must also add that because of our exploits, UCC, the Cape Coast University, is so enthralled that we have actually signed an MOU so our students can be onboarded into levels 200 and 300 right from our institute. Okay. And that's a big one that we want to celebrate. Thank you. We want to celebrate pretty soon. But when you talk of the challenges that people might necessarily come to meet, you know, we are in a tech age and everything is basically being reduced into an application, and we have accepted the challenge. As I speak with you, we have developed our own enterprise resource planner that is going to make life a lot more easier for us. You know, when the Vice President talked of paperless, before he talked of paperless, we had decided to put together a paperless platform. Okay. So for us, it just comes in naturally so that we interface with other stakeholders, because that's where really the problem is. Our interfacing with other stakeholders. Then you have to walk to them and take documents and all of that. But thank God we are moving out of that zone. We are bringing our people on board, the enterprise resource planner, so that we can interface with our clients the way when they go out there. People interface with them electronically. Yeah. So these are some of the things that we are doing.
So time are changing, and the new things that are being introduced by this association, you'll have to come on board so that you can enjoy and make use of it. Viewers, this is where we wrap up the conversation on the freight forwarders business here in Ghana, sector or industry, just the way you want to call it. And I engaged the president for Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, Mr. Kwabena Ofosu-Appiah, and he threw the light on how the industry operates. Remember, our sponsors for the show is Vanguard Assurance. We always stand by you. And Leave Tomato Paste, NEIP, National Entrepreneurship and Innovations Plan, International Ghana Trade Fair, J&G Insurance Brokers. My makeup was done by Sam's Beauty Salon. She's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow her and call her for all kinds of events. Until next week, I'll come your way again. Until then, it's a bye for now.